Hey, hi guys, welcome back. Dr. Jim Morgenstern from OptimalFunction.com, one half of the Optimal Function podcast. And I'm gonna be going over today another tip that we had from the first episode when we were talking about things that we can do to break away from all the sitting and standing that we do all day. So I referenced something called a wobble disc, and I tried to describe it the best I could over the airs, but what you got here is something that's a little bit circular that we can sit on that's just a little bit thicker than about 2 inches. And what it is, it's filled with air and it can move. As I pressurize in, I can actually wiggle and wobble, hence the name Wobble Disk. We can wobble ourselves on it forward, backwards, and with rotation. And I'm gonna show you how to do this very, very easily. Each of the 3 exercises that we do, we're gonna do for 1 minute, and it would be a total 3-minute it would be a total of 3-minute investment in time. So you guys, do it throughout the day. See if you can break up your day with it. If you hit it once an hour, if you work 8 to 10 hour shifts, your back is gonna feel completely different after doing it. So follow along. But what you got here is there's 2 sides. A side that has some tactile feel to it. If you like that being on your bum, go for it. For those who probably aren't into that, probably something a little bit flatter. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this down under our butt. We're gonna start with pelvic tilts. So we're gonna be tilting the pelvis forward and backwards, at a cadence that is comfortable for you, but understanding that we're actually warming up some of the delicate structures of the spine, including the discs and facets. These structures, they self-hydrate with movement. So make sure you guys get in a pretty good groove with this, but don't work into pain. If you have pain and this isn't helping you, as always, please seek, professional medical care. As chiropractors, we always want you guys to be doing things conservatively, but if you have an issue that's beyond some of the stuff that we go over in the show, be smart, go seek out care. So what we got here are pelvic tilts. We're gonna go forwards and backwards for 60 seconds, okay? If you see me from the front, I've got a good spaced out hip to knee ratio, and what we're doing is we're rocking forward and rocking backwards, rocking forwards and rocking backwards. Pretty easy, 60 seconds. The next one that we're going to do are gonna be lateral tilts, okay? I'll show you from the side, and then I'll show you from the front. When it comes to the pelvis, we wanna keep the pelvis neutral, not open and not tilted backwards. We wanna kind of find that middle portion. Good wide base, arms come up, and we're gonna drop the hip and raise this side shoulder. So we're gonna drop, so I'm laterally tilting down on my right side, and the left side is open. Back to the middle, down on the right, up on the right. Down on the left hip, up on the left shoulder. Down on the right hip, up on the right shoulder. From the front, it's gonna look like we're creating a Pac-Man mouth, if you will. So what we're gonna do is still stay nice and tall, arms crossed, opening on the left side, closing down on the right side. Opening up on the right side, coming down on the left side. These ones are done a little bit slower because they can take a little bit more coordination, so be careful. Once again, 60 seconds. Now we're starting to warm up the lateral portions of these structures. The third and final one, this is rotation. Rotation, if you think about golfers, tennis players, baseball players, any type of sport that involves a lot of rotation, if the hips aren't moving, a lot of that pressure starts to get put on the lower back. So we see a lot of lower back injuries in rotational sports if the person has poor hip range of motion and mobility. What we want here is this to truly be only at the spine, okay? We can add the hips in later, but follow me here. Arms can come up like this, still the same bottom stance, and we're going to rotate until the body or the spine stops us. I got nothing else to do there, so I'm gonna take an idea how far I rotated. Coming back to the middle, rotate away on the other side, and now we can start to expand on that. So we can take a breath in, rotate, and exhale. See how that gave me a couple degrees more? Breath in, rotate, exhale. And you try to work through that for another 60 seconds. Rotation is by far the most complicated, so please take your time with it. We don't want any added pain, especially if you're someone who's kind of coming into this looking to find ways to escape your current pain. So give all 3 of those a try for 60 seconds a piece, and then you can get back to work. If you're on the weekends, kind of do these as you plan waking, okay? If you guys have a workout planned, do it before and after, because you can kind of warm up some of the tissues of the spine, and then you can use it as a cool down to kind of get those things realigned or at least centralized a little bit too, okay? Thank you guys for following along. We both appreciate it, Dr. Banks and I. And as always, please leave comments below. Other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Dr. Jim, signing off for optimalfunction.com.